as you begin to plan your trip to Pinon pick, make sure you check the weather. Make sure it's not going to rain, be windy, because those conditions can make it a little more tasky, a little harder to be picking out here. As the wind picks and picks up, the sand picks up, if it starts to rain. But also, if you're going with young ones, make sure you have a plan to make sure that they're safe and they stay close to you. Make sure that your vehicle is visible. You know exactly where your vehicle is parked. We have 5 of us today, and we are staying close to one another to make sure that, somebody doesn't wander off too far. Also, always check your surroundings to make sure that you're not sitting by a nest, maybe a spider's nest or an ant hole. Make sure that there isn't any bigger holes that might be a snake den. So always check your surroundings when you begin picking. And if you're going with young ones, we'd like you to pass down the information of why we pinon pick and how our ancestors, it was really sustenance for them. It was a special time to bring family together, to bring family and friends. I have older siblings, and even that, if it's not your immediate family with your spouse and your children, you can go out with your siblings and catch up. Talk of old times, good times. Maybe parents have passed, grandparents have passed. You can reconnect by telling stories out here with one another. Share memories of past times when you picked pinons with them. How did our ancestors know that this pinon nut was so beneficial to us? Not only in the way of bringing family together, working together, but it was very beneficial, nutritious-wise, nutrient-wise. As we know, the nut, any kind of nut, is very rich in protein, which produces energy for the body. It produces healing. It also can regulate blood sugar, can lower blood pressure. It can aid in weight management as well. Who knew? They did. And isn't that amazing how that we can pass this down to our children? So if you come out with children, grandchildren, your own children, let them know the benefits, and maybe they can report back to you after you're done picking. What did you like most about coming out? And I guarantee that they'll tell you spending time with family, just being out and about without our phones, without being bothered out here by a phone call. I'm liking that right now. I left my phone in the car, and I'm not distracted in that way. I'm taking in a lot of thought of what was left to us by our grandparents, our ancestors, in being gatherers. We were gatherers, and every season has something that we are able to go out onto the land and gather. Soon it'll be hauling wood, if you haven't done that already, to warm our houses. Right now it's pinon picking, and as I'm okay, so I've been out here, I don't know, total maybe, this is about an hour and a half total. And that doesn't count the time that I was looking and searching. But even that, just taking in the trees and the air, and it's an amazing feeling. So that alone with the time that I picked, make sure that when you're out picking, change positions as much as possible. And guess what? It's a full body workout. Some people say, oh, my legs are so sore, or my back. But why? Because you were in that position for a very long time. If you sit down, get up, move around, change position, you'll be sore all over. It won't be just your back, it won't be just your legs. Your body, your full body will get the soreness, which produces overall strength eventually. If you've been pinon picking for, a month, 2 months, can you imagine how strong you'll become after 2 or 3 months? Otherwise, have fun. Make sure to stay close. Always don't eat them. As you're picking, don't eat them. I've learned that the hard way. There's dust, fine dust on the pinons. And of course there's rodents out here. There's rodents, there's spiders, and it can irritate your throat, all the little particles on the pinon without it being washed, and you can get a sore throat, and even worse, you could get, a throat infection, a cold, that type of thing. So don't eat them. Wait till you get home and you wash them. Soap and water, rub them together really, really well. Check the weather, make plans, make sure that you have a call for help in case, make sure everybody knows the same call for help. Keep your vehicle close, all those, and always water. Make sure that you're hydrated. Take water breaks, take snack breaks. Otherwise, go picking, take your family, enjoy yourselves, reconnect, tell stories, and let's appreciate the ancestors that left this teaching for us.
This is how much I pick, and I went and nailed down, so it's my lake.
This is how much I got, so it's mainly my thigh that kind of got really stretched, but gotta be dehydrated.
This is how much pinons I picked, and while picking pinons, it was a lot of hard work. My knees and my lower back started hurting, but I was just pushing through the pain and thinking about how, it's a small price to pay just to pick this much. And I was just thinking about how connected I felt to the nature, and how, these pinons were meant for all the other animals and bugs, but I was wondering how the people found out about pinons and found out it was edible.